I'm going to make you reject the book of Ezekiel in a second.
No, I love the book of Ezekiel.
You love it? All right, he loves it. You guys heard it. He loves the book of Ezekiel. See if he loves it enough after we go to Ezekiel 46, verse 6. Okay, let's see if he loves it enough. Here we go. Can you read that for me?
Hold on, I'll pull it up on my own screen because I can't.
Ezekiel 46, 6. Read it.
Yes, hold on 1 second. Ezekiel 46. Oh, 46, 6. Okay, yeah. We're talking about the restoration of the sacrifices. 46, 6. But on a new moon, a young bull without blemish and 6 lambs and a ram without blemish are to be.
Okay. So according to Ezekiel, when the new month comes, the sacrifice is 1 young bull, 6 lambs, 1 ram, all without defect. Is that what the law of Moses says in Numbers? Here, let me pull it up. What was it? Here we go. Numbers 28:11. On the first of every month, present to the Lord a burnt offering, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 male lambs, a year old, all without defect. All right, so go ahead. Is Ezekiel following the Torah?
Menachat 45a 19. The Gemara concludes the discussion of specific difficult verses in Ezekiel with the following general statement. Rav Yehuda says that man is not remembered for good, and Hanina ben Hezekiah is his name as were it not for him. The book of Ezekiel would have been suppressed and not included in the biblical canon because various details of its contents appear to
contradict the statements of the Torah.
We find in the ignorance of this missionary that this is a long answered question, already raised and addressed by our sages. As the Minchas Shai states, in Bereshis Rabbah, our sages raised many difficulties concerning this passage, to the point that Rabbi Yehuda said, this section will be expounded by Elijah in the future, meaning that we do not currently know how to interpret it. Thus we find, as outlined by the Minchas Shai quoting Rabbi Yehuda, that many of the precise details concerning these prophetic passages shall remain mysterious to us until the Messianic era when Elijah returns and expounds to us the true meaning of these verses. As Maimonides states in Kings and Wars chapter 12 paragraph 2, all these and similar matters cannot be definitely known by mankind until they actually occur, for these matters are vague in the prophet's words, and the sages have no established tradition regarding these matters, except what they have attempted to gather from the implication of the biblical verses. A similar statement is brought down by Rav Tanchem of Jerusalem on Daniel 2:40. Yet the wisdom concerning the prophetic speech of this matter is such that nothing is made completely clear in its truth until it is fulfilled in action. Thus we find that this verse poses no difficulty whatsoever, for the tradition of the book in of itself was given together with the principle that all of its apparent contradictory content will be resolved upon the arrival of Elijah the prophet, as mentioned towards the end of Malachi. In regards to the possible claim that this sacrificial difference forces an abrogation upon the law of Moses, according to what has already been prescribed in Numbers 28:11, this presents no issue, for we possess a direct tradition from the mouths of the prophets concerning the eternality of the Torah. Thus, whichever way Elijah comes to explain these matters, we already know that it shall be in accordance with this previously established principle. When we examine the testimony of those who transmitted these very texts, the Jewish nation, and look to those who are unanimously affirmed amongst all of Israel as possessing the highest possible degree of piety and knowledge of these matters, it becomes evident from their explanations that this verse entails neither a contradiction nor an abrogation of the Mosaic law, as explained by the Abarbanel, as he states. But the real truth is that the prophet did not change nor innovate anything concerning the sacrifices the Torah commanded for all generations. Rather, all of this is additional, aside from the sacrifices that the Torah commanded to be performed on the Sabbaths and on the new moons. As we see, this verse poses no difficulty whatsoever, for these additional sacrifices shall neither replace nor alter the Mosaic sacrifices, but will rather exist as a distinct set of sacrificial requirements alongside the eternal unchanging Mosaic sacrifices prescribed in Numbers 28:11, leaving the Mosaic law in its entirety unaltered and untouched. Thus we find that this Islamic missionary's peddling of old Christian arguments collapses under a simple explanation of those who actually transmitted these very texts. Instead of this individual attempting to manipulate his audience into believing that he has cited a genuine refutation of Judaism, he should employ basic honesty and look to the words of our sages, who have long refuted his nonsense.